Bienvenidos a otro episodio de Swim Bros. Esta entrevista va a ser en inglés. So I'm going to introduce Kregor. Thank you very much, Kregor, to be with us. So Kregor is a Estonian Olympic swimmer. He specializes right now in the 200 fly. He's been in the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games. He got 6th place in the European Championships, 5th place in last short course World Championships in Melbourne, and he has currently his national record in the 200, 400, 800 free and the 200 fly. So that's our little introduction. Perhaps you can continue.
Thank you so much for coming. So our first question for you is, how big is swimming in Estonia?
It's definitely not the most popular sport in Estonia, but it's also not the least popular. So I think it's up there. If I'm correct, then I think some statistics I saw a few years ago, I think swimming was like third popular sport.
Okay,
That's pretty good, yeah.
So it's up there, but
yeah.
So talk to us a little bit how you get the help for your swimming career, because right now like you're a professional swimmer and you're a full-time swimmer, right? So if you can talk to us about how you get your help, like your sponsors, is it the government? So we know a little bit about your life and your career.
well, yeah. Right now, swimming is my main priority in my life. Let's say.
Okay.
I consider myself as a professional swimmer. Mainly, most of the support comes from my own sponsors and obviously from the government, and so it's 50-50, I'd say. Right now, I'm not training in Estonia full time because there isn't a group that fits me right now. So right now, I'm coached by Tom Rushton, and then we just go to different training camps around the world, and we have made this small group, yeah, that's how we roll right now.
Oh, cool. So you mentioned your coach is Tom. Who is your training partners? Is there any more guys from Estonia? You have other European guys?
Yeah, right now we have about 5 or 6 guys, I think. It kind of varies on where we go, but the main ones, there's another Estonian guy who's a backstroker, who I've been actually racing since we were small kids, so I've known him since forever. Then we have Siobhan Hagi, who got 2 silver medals in Tokyo Olympics. So like she's the main training partner I train with, because if you take her freestyle and my butterfly times, then they're actually the same. So we do a lot of pace work together. And then we have a few more European swimmers in our group, like Anastasia Gorbenko from Israel, who's really strong swimmer, and yeah.
So how many people are in your training group?
About 5 or 6.
Okay, and how is the dynamic? So there's a lot of international people in your group, and you all have the same coach, Tom. So does he always travel with you? Like, do you have a specific place you train in? And for example, now that you came, now you're here in Arizona, does everyone come here, and then when you change location, does everyone go with Tom, or is there a part in the year where you're training alone? How does that work?
Yeah, it's a bit weird concept we have right now, in my opinion. Like we don't have a real base where we train at all the time, but then like I said, we go to different locations for training camps, and the locations depend on cost, on quality, on the training and competition schedule. So right now we're gonna go to Flagstaff, to high altitude, for a 3-week training camp, and then after that, some of us are gonna go to the Tier Pro Swim Series in Chicago in the middle of April. The reason why I'm here right now is that because traveling from Estonia to Flagstaff is pretty long, and then also I know you guys, so I just decided to stop here for 2 nights to make the travel a bit more enjoyable, let's say. Otherwise, it would be like a pretty long travel, and it's just nice to see you guys as well.
Yeah, see.
Thanks, man. It's great to having you here. But you pick Flagstaff, or I guess your team picked Flagstaff, and you guys also have Sierra Nevada, which is altitude training. Why is that? Like, why did you guys decide to travel all the way to the US? Was it because of the TYR Pro Series?
Initially, we were planning to go to Spain, to Sierra Nevada, but then when we started booking it, we found out it was fully booked for the period when we wanted to go there. It would be more convenient to go there, but also then we actually wanted to try to do like taper in high altitude and then race straight away. So and then we just changed our plans and decided that okay, we're gonna train in Flagstaff and then fly straight to Chicago and race there.
Okay, cool. Fair point. Talk to us about your gym. Like, how do you incorporate your gym in your daily basis? Is there a specific training you have to do, or is it more general? And how do you like change your blocks through the year going into competitions?
Yeah, so I have my own dryland coach who is in Estonia all the time. So he writes me all the gym sessions. I go to gym 3 times a week.
Okay.
I'd say it's quite basic gym. As of like I lift normal weights but the program, so I do one training 6 times and then the program changes all the time. So and then one training is upper body, one training is lower body. So with one program I will have 12 trainings combined, and then I get new exercises to do for the next program. And every time it's like, I don't know, one time it will be like hitting upper body of the chest, next time it will be maybe lower part of the chest, or like the exercises are kind of the same, but at the same moment they're not. They're like slightly different variation of each exercise, I'd say.
Okay. What about the supplements? Do you take any supplements or?
Yeah, I take quite a lot of supplements. Like, if I started counting them, it will take a while probably. But
like even just the generals.
Yeah, generals like beta-alanine like before training, and a lot of vitamins and like ones that help with reducing like inflammations and like a lot of like natural stuff that you can find in the nature. I take obviously proteins after training and some pre-workouts and that kind of stuff.
That's pretty good. So you're a guy that's doing the 200 fly. What's your favorite set to train for that?
So Tom made this set for, to be honest, it's all for all the 200. It's good for 200 pace work. So it consists of 4 rounds of 850s. The first one is that you descend from 1 to 8, but you keep the same stroke count.
Okay.
So let's say, like it doesn't even matter with what stroke count. It doesn't have to be specifically your 200 stroke rate, but just keep the same stroke count, descend the time. Then the second one is where you do 850s again, and then you add 1 kick each time you do the 50. So in fly, I start with, let's say, 7 kicks on the first 50, and then by then I'll be doing like 13 kicks off the wall.
Okay.
But you tie, and then on the swimming part, you will we use the tempo trainer, the Finnish, the yellow one, and then you try to hit the 200 pace stroke rate for the swimming part. And then third round of 850s is mid pool 50s, where you start in the middle of the pool, do a 50 while trying to hit the 200 pace. And then on the last one, last 850s, it's where the pace time is descending. So you start on like let's say 120, and then each one goes 5 seconds quicker. Like 120, 115, 110, 105, 1 minute, so on. Okay. And then like the beginning of those is okay, but then like the last 4 are gonna be pretty painful. Yeah, and then you just try to maintain the 200 pace.
Okay. So what time do you do like the first 3 rounds?
I usually just try to hold my 200 pace, which will be like 20 on the push. From the push, probably like 28.
Okay.
On fly.
And what would be the interval of the?
Depends. In the beginning of season, the interval will be longer.
Mm-hmm.
I think we started on 1:30. The quickest we have done is probably like 1:10. We don't do that 1 minute and 10 seconds. So around there. It's depends how fit you are.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna do a little game, so Tiki-Taka. So Percy's gonna start with 5 quick questions, and I'm gonna follow with 5 quick questions, and you just have to respond as fast as you can. No brainer, no explanation.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. The mile or the 400 IM?
Mile.
Speedo or arena?
Arena.
USA or Europe?
Europe. Sorry.
Open water or water polo?
Water polo.
Damn. Blondes or brunettes?
Brunettes.
Okay. Sprint sets or long sets?
Long sets.
Okay. Black or white?
Black or white?
Random question.
Yeah, white.
Okay. Steak or chicken?
Steak.
Nice. Phelps or Milak?
Phelps.
Free or fly?
Fly.
Okay. That's gonna be it for me.
So, Kregor, before we finish up the show, wanna officially invite you to Bolivia whenever you wanna go. Would you be ever able to go and race there? Like, would that be a possibility? Would you like to do it?
I mean, I've never been to that country, so it's definitely on my bucket list, I think.
Yeah.
It just depends on the calendar, and it depends on a lot of things. Where, like, when I can go, and yeah. But I would definitely like to go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there we go. Kregor to Sport Motion. But thank you so much, guys, to watch the show. Muchas gracias por ver esto. Si les gusta el contenido, por favor denle un like y suscríbanse y esténse atentos por más. Gracias.